Plymouth tonight, -2 degrees Celsius. Aberdeen, +3. Cornwall colder than the Scottish Highlands. Is your area about to face the most dramatic temperature swing we've seen this month? Right now, the Met Office has amber warnings across 6 English counties, affecting nearly 8 million people, with yellow warnings extending across Wales and southern Scotland. And in the next 12 minutes, I am going to tell you exactly when this reaches your doorstep, which locations face the worst of it, and the one thing that is keeping me up tonight that nobody else is talking about. Drop your location in the comments right now, and I'll give you a personalized forecast in tomorrow's update. Let me start with what S already locked in for the next 36 hours. London, you are sitting at 8 degrees currently, dropping to 4 overnight, rebounding to 9 tomorrow afternoon. Manchester, 5 degrees now, down to 1 tonight, back up to 7 by midday Friday. Birmingham sits at 6, falling to 2, climbing to 8. Glasgow, unusually mild at 7 degrees, down to 4 overnight, holding steady at 6 tomorrow. Cardiff, currently 9 degrees, the warmest major city tonight, dropping to 5, then up to 10 Friday afternoon. Belfast, 6 degrees, down to 3, back to 7. But here's what concerns me. That cold air I mentioned, the reason Plymouth is colder than Aberdeen right now, it's not just unusual, it is the setup for something rather more significant over the weekend. The Met Office model and the European model are currently showing 2 different scenarios for Saturday night into Sunday, and this 50-mile difference changes everything for Kent, Sussex, Hampshire, and Dorset. The Met Office model pushes the low pressure further south, keeping the worst conditions out in the Channel. The European model brings it directly across the south coast. We'll have a clearer picture tomorrow morning when the latest runs come through, but this is exactly why you need to check back. Let me walk you through the county-by-county breakdown, because timing matters enormously here. Starting in the far southwest, Penzance and the Cornish coast, you're re-looking at overnight temperatures dropping to -1 tonight. That's where this cold snap is most pronounced. Tomorrow brings sunny spells, winds from the northeast at around 30 kilometers per hour, feeling rather bitter. By Saturday morning, cloud increases from the west, rain arrives Saturday evening around 7 o'clock. Plymouth, -2 tonight as I mentioned, frost developing widely across Devon. Tomorrow, bright start, cloud building through the afternoon, winds picking up to 40 kilometers per hour by evening. Rain reaches you Saturday night, heaviest between midnight and 4 in the morning, clearing to showers by Sunday lunch. Moving up to Bristol and Bath, 1 degree tonight, frosty conditions developing after midnight. Tomorrow looks decent, sunny intervals, temperatures reaching 8 degrees, but winds will be noticeable, gusting to 50 kilometers per hour across the Severn Bridge. Your rain arrives later than Cornwall, around 10 o'clock Saturday night. Southampton and Portsmouth, 2 degrees overnight, frost forming in sheltered areas. And for those of you along the south coast here, this is where that model uncertainty I mentioned becomes critical. If the European model is correct, you could see some rather intense rainfall Saturday night, possibly 60 to 80 millimeters in 6 hours. If the Met Office model wins out, you get moderate rain, maybe 30 millimeters, big difference. Do check back tomorrow. Brighton and the Sussex coast, currently 7 degrees, down to 3 tonight. Tomorrow brings increasing cloud, winds from the east, making it feel colder than the thermometer suggests. Your Saturday evening looks decidedly unsettled. London and the home counties, I've got some good news, and some news that's less ideal. Tonight, frost 1 to be as severe in central London, the urban heat island keeping you around 4 degrees. But the suburbs, Bromley, Croydon, out towards Watford and St Albans, you are looking at 1 to 2 degrees. Tomorrow, decent enough, cloudy spells, 8 to 9 degrees. But wait until you see what Saturday night brings. Rain arrives around 11 p.m, continuing through until Sunday breakfast time. Not the heaviest rainfall we'll see, but persistent, 20 to 30 millimeters likely. Cambridge and the eastern counties, -1 tonight, one of the coldest spots in England. Frost forming early evening, persisting until mid-morning tomorrow. Ely, Peterborough, you are in the same situation. Tomorrow afternoon reaches 6 degrees at best. Your weekend looks drier than areas further west, actually, with the low pressure tracking south of you. There's one thing about this system, though. The pressure gradient between the low to your south and high pressure building over Scandinavia means Saturday night into Sunday, you could see winds gusting to 70 kilometers per hour. Not storm force, but enough to cause some disruption. Norwich and the Norfolk coast. Similar story, -1 tonight, frost and potentially some freezing fog developing in the Broads. Tomorrow, once any fog clears, actually rather pleasant, sunny spells, light winds, 6 degrees. Your weekend concern isn't rain, it's wind. Oxford, 2 degrees overnight, frosty in the valleys around Abingdon and Whitney, Tomorrow, 7 degrees, increasing cloud through the day. You sit in an interesting position for Saturday's system. Current thinking suggests you'll see rain, but nothing too dramatic. 15 to 25 millimetres Saturday evening into Sunday morning. Birmingham and the West Midlands, 2 degrees tonight, as mentioned earlier. Wolverhampton, Coventry, you are all in the same picture. Frost developing, clear skies overnight, temperatures recovering to 8 tomorrow. Your rain arrives a bit earlier than southern areas, Saturday afternoon around 4 o'clock, continuing into the evening, clearing overnight. Nottingham and Derby, 1 degree tonight. Frost certain across Nottinghamshire and Derbyshire. Tomorrow, 6 degrees, sunny start, turning cloudier. Saturday brings the northern edge of this rainfall, so you'll see some wet weather, but totals look lighter, 10 to 15 millimetres. Sheffield and the South Yorkshire area, similar to Nottingham, 1 degree tonight, 6 tomorrow. Now, there's something interesting happening in the Pennines. As this low-pressure system moves through Saturday night, the wind direction shifts to the west, creating a Foehn effect on the eastern slopes. Sheffield, Rotherham, you might actually see temperatures rise Saturday night into Sunday morning, even as rain moves through. Rather unusual. Leeds and West Yorkshire, 2 degrees tonight, frost developing across the valleys. Bradford, Huddersfield, you are looking at the same conditions. Tomorrow reaches 7 degrees, cloud increasing late afternoon. Your Saturday sees rain arriving early evening, 6 to 7 o'clock, continuing overnight, 15 to 20 millimetres expected. Manchester, I covered your basics earlier, but let me add detail. That 1 degree overnight creates frost across Greater Manchester, Salford, Stockport, Oldham, all seeing sub-zero temperatures in rural spots. Tomorrow, 7 degrees, comes with increasing cloud and strengthening easterly winds. Saturday afternoon, 2 to 3 o'clock, rain begins, heaviest Saturday evening, 20 to 30 millimetres likely, clearing to showers Sunday morning. Liverpool and Merseyside, 3 degrees tonight, milder than areas further east thanks to the Irish Sea influence. Tomorrow, 8 degrees, cloud increasing from the south. Your rain arrives Saturday afternoon around 3 o'clock. But here's what nobody's talking about. The Irish Sea is currently quite warm for late November, 14 degrees Celsius. As Saturday's system pulls across, this could enhance rainfall rates across Merseyside and the Wirral. Keep an eye on this. Chester and North Wales, Wrexham across to Bangor and Anglesey, 4 degrees tonight. Frost in inland areas, but coastal spots staying frost-free. Tomorrow, 8 to 9 degrees, feeling pleasant in any sunshine. Saturday's rain reaches Anglesey around 2 o'clock, moving east through the afternoon, heaviest in Snowdonia, where orographic enhancement could bring 40 to 50 millimetres to higher elevations. Swansea and the South Wales coast, 5 degrees overnight, the maritime influence keeping temperatures up. Tomorrow, 10 degrees, partly cloudy, winds from the east at 30 kilometres per hour. Your rain arrives Saturday evening, 7 to 8 o'clock, continuing overnight, 25 to 35 millimetres in coastal areas. Cardiff, I mentioned earlier, URI currently the warmest major city at 9 degrees. Tonight down to 5, tomorrow back up to 10. Saturday evening brings rain around 8 o'clock, persisting into Sunday morning, clearing to bright spells Sunday afternoon. 30 millimetres likely in the city, more across the valleys. Newcastle and the northeast coast, 4 degrees tonight. Frost inland, but coastal areas staying milder. Tomorrow, 6 degrees, cloud increasing through the day. Now, Newcastle, Sunderland, you are on the northern fringe of Saturday's system. Current model guidance suggests you'll see cloud, maybe some light rain Saturday evening, but nothing significant. 5 to 10 millimetres at most. The Lake District and Cumbria, Carlisle at 2 degrees tonight, Kendal and Windermere at 1. Frost developing widely. Tomorrow brings 6 to 7 degrees, sunny spells early, cloud building. Saturday's system clips the southern lakes, Barrow and Ulverston, seeing 15 to 20 millimetres, whilst Carlisle and the northern areas stay mostly dry. Across the Scottish border, Edinburgh, I said 4 degrees overnight, tomorrow holding at 6. Cloudy for much of Friday, winds from the east making it feel colder, around 3 degrees. Saturday looks mostly dry, some cloud. Sunday brightening up nicely. Glasgow, 7 tonight is unusually mild, down to 4, 6 tomorrow. Similar outlook to Edinburgh, mostly dry weekend ahead, though western areas, Oban and the Inner Hebrides, might catch the far northern edge of Saturday's rain. 5 millimetres perhaps, Aberdeen, +3 tonight, warmest overnight temperature of Scotland as major cities tonight, which is rather remarkable given Plymouth is -2. Tomorrow, 5 degrees, partly cloudy. Weekend looks decent, actually. Some sunny spells, though staying chilly, 4 to 5 degrees both days. Inverness and the Highlands, 2 degrees overnight. Frost across the Great Glen. Tomorrow, 4 degrees, sunny spells. Weekend brings high pressure influence, mostly dry, cold nights, but pleasant enough days for late November. Belfast, 3 degrees tonight. Frost in inland areas around Lisburn and Antrim. Tomorrow, 7 degrees, cloud building through the day. Saturday sees cloud thickening, perhaps some light rain Saturday evening, 5 to 10 millimetres, nothing too concerning. Derry and the northwest of Northern Ireland, similar to Belfast, 3 tonight, 7 tomorrow, possible light rain Saturday evening. The Channel Islands, Jersey and Guernsey, you are right in the potential firing line for Saturday night. 6 degrees tonight, 11 tomorrow, very mild for the time of year. Saturday evening could be rather wet and windy if that European model solution verifies. Do check back tomorrow when I'll have better clarity on this. The Isle of Wight, 3 degrees tonight, 9 tomorrow. Newport, Ryde, Cowes, you are all looking at persistent rain Saturday night, 25 to 35 millimetres. Across to York and North Yorkshire, 1 degree tonight, frost developing, 6 tomorrow. Saturday brings rain to southern areas, Harrogate and Ripon seeing 10 to 15 millimetres, while Scarborough and the coast might stay drier. Blackpool and the Filder coast, 4 degrees tonight, 8 tomorrow. Saturday afternoon sees rain developing heavier Saturday evening, 20 to 25 millimetres, clearing overnight. Exeter and East Devon, 1 degree tonight, frost widespread. Tomorrow, 7 degrees, sunny start, cloud building. Rain arrives Saturday evening around 8 o'clock, continuing into Sunday morning, 30 millimetres likely. Reading in the Thames Valley, 2 degrees tonight, 8 tomorrow. Saturday evening brings rain around 10 o'clock, continuing until Sunday lunch, 20 to 30 millimetres expected. Leicester, 1 degree tonight, 7 tomorrow. Saturday sees rain developing late afternoon, continuing into the evening, 15 to 20 millimetres. Bournemouth and Poole, 3 degrees tonight, 9 tomorrow. Saturday night is your concern, with that model uncertainty affecting you directly. 25 to 50 millimetres possible depending on which solution verifies. Now let me address that one detail I mentioned at the start that is keeping me concerned. Behind Saturday night S system, Sunday afternoon into Monday, the jet stream configuration becomes rather interesting. There is a second area of low pressure developing in the Atlantic, and whilst it S too early for specifics, the setup resembles patterns we've seen before that bring significant weather to the UK Monday night into Tuesday. The GFS model is showing this. The UKMO ensemble is hinting at it, and if it develops as currently suggested, we could be looking at another spell of wet and windy weather, potentially more widespread than Saturday S system. I know this isn't ideal for those of you with plans this weekend. Unfortunately for southern counties, Saturday evening and overnight looks decidedly unsettled. For Scotland and Northern Ireland, actually, the weekend looks rather decent after Friday's cold start. Let me just clarify something about those rainfall totals I've been giving you. These are totals over the entire period of rain, not per hour. So when I say London gets 20 to 30 millimetres Saturday night into Sunday, that's accumulated over roughly 9 to 10 hours. Still enough to cause localised surface water issues, but not the intense rates that cause immediate flooding. Right then, looking at the bigger picture beyond this weekend, early next week sees that potential second system I mentioned. Mid to late next week, actually, there are some signals for high pressure trying to build from the south. If that happens, we could see a more settled spell developing, though temperatures would remain below average for early December. But honestly, confidence in anything beyond Tuesday is low at this stage. Do check back tomorrow because the models are going to be crucial for understanding next week S pattern. Tomorrow morning S forecast, I'll be focusing on finalizing those Saturday night rainfall totals once the overnight model runs come through. I'll also have more detail on Sunday S clearance timing because if you've got Sunday afternoon plans, you need to know when conditions improve. And I'll be diving into that Monday night system in much more detail. For those of you who have dropped your location in the comments, and I can see several of you already have, thank you. I will give you personalized updates tomorrow morning. If you haven't commented yet, do so now. Tell me your city or county, and I'll make sure you get specific information relevant to your area. One more thing before I finish. If there's one thing to take away from this forecast, it S the uncertainty around Saturday night S rainfall for southern areas. That 50-mile difference in the low pressure track makes an enormous difference to rainfall totals. By tomorrow morning, we should have much better clarity, and I'll be straight with you about what to expect. This weekend isn't a washout for everyone. Scotland, Northern Ireland, North England, you're looking at a decent enough Saturday and Sunday, cold nights, reasonable days. It's the southern half of England and Wales where Saturday night becomes the focus. I really do appreciate you watching this through to the end. Weather forecasting, especially at 3 to 4 days range, involves considerable uncertainty, and I'd rather be honest about that uncertainty than give you false confidence. Tomorrow S update will be at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'll have those refined rainfall totals, clearer timing, and more information about next week S potential system. Thank you for watching. Drop your location in the comments if you haven't already, and I'll see you tomorrow.